Let's pour into Jen and Carrie tonight for sure. But happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday. Great to see your faces. It's like the best and favorite part of my week when we get to connect with each of you is see your eyeballs and feel your energy. And I tell you what, we had an unbelievable weekend. I guess it was right? Saturday was, we went to Chicago. So my days are on Saturday training with Eric Worre and many experts in the social media world. And there was so much value. It was supposed to be a 3-hour training. It ended up being about 4.5 hours plus. So we're like, OMG to the goodness, we were served big. And we want to bring a couple people that were there at that training, taking notes, implementing things, but also who are very active on social media, have been doing it, have been showing up, and who are also wanting to grow. Yes, Terry, it was so crazy. I cannot wait. So watch the chat tonight. Put in the chat, we'll put there like the link for the replay and whatnot, so you can get that. I cannot wait for that replay to come out because I see Christy Spaniel nodding as well, to be going, right? Be going back and replaying so many different sections and implementing certain sections and taking action, right? We can hear things and learn it, but if we don't put it into action, right? So the replay will be out there. We'll put the link in the chat, but I'm going to bring forward Miss Carrie first. And I want to first, of course, welcome everybody to the family. Welcome to the One Person Big Difference Life Vantage team and call. We want to just welcome you. It is the most loving, beautiful family out there. And put yourself in the chat. If you're new tonight, we want to welcome you. And you guys tonight in the chat as well, please be active. Takeaways that you also heard that maybe people could, see in the chat and can take away. But let's give a big round of applause first for Miss Carrie Boom. We're gonna, if you want to unmute Carrie. And for those of you, yes, a round of applause. I see Tanya. Those of you that were on the training, you heard that there's this new AI that was released, and there's having a 7-day trial for that. It's free. So if you go in, we've all tested it. You can go in, check it out. It is still up today. I talked to the people that are spearheading it, and they said, yes, it'll still be available tonight, Michelle. And then it'll start from tonight forward. It would be the 7 days after that. So it didn't start unless you started on Saturday. If you start tonight, you'll get the free trial through next week. So make sure, if you would like that, if they talk about that, to go in there and do that. But I want to just tell you, I asked Carrie and Jen for their bios tonight, and it was so cute. They both went into that site and had it help write their bios. So really super cool. They told it what, a couple little tips and tricks, but let's see. Carrie Boom, beautiful, gorgeous woman, mom of 2 teenage boys and married to her soulmate, Jeff, for 18 years. She is a spirited marketing coordinator and entrepreneur with a background in IT security. Holy cow. She is deeply ingrained in the transformative power of social media and natural healing. I love that. Her own healing journey from fibromyalgia and mold toxicity unfolds a deep desire to inspire others by sharing her joy and knowledge of natural and biohacking wellness techniques. Wow. With each word crafted and content created, her aim is not just to share wisdom, but to encourage, support, and prosperity within a community that thrives on wellness. OMG, what a welcoming bio. Holy cow, that was beautiful. So Carrie, take us, teach us, get your notebooks out, everybody. Welcome, and thank you for serving us tonight and teaching us.
Goodness for AI. I could never write anything like that by myself.
That was incredible.
Yeah. Okay. So as she mentioned, my background in IT, security, marketing, I'm very good at behind the keyboard and I'm not great at speaking. So if I get on a squirrel moment, please forgive me. If I go absolutely blank, please forgive me. I'm doing my best. I have surrounded myself with people who chat and chat very well for their lives. So that way I could hide behind them most of the time. So anyways, let's get to it. So I've been working, like you said, in social media for quite some time. So one of the biggest things that they told us, and something that I've had to work through myself, is getting rid of any fear that you have when it comes to posting or using social media, and getting over being embarrassed. That's one of the biggest tips that you could get through for when you're ready to start. But just start, get on your platforms and start posting and practicing. So that's one of the biggest things. One of the ways that I was able to get over that fear was I went and created my own separate account outside of my personal account, and I let it start to grow organically. So that way I wasn't faced with the fear of maybe if it was family or friends that I was just really nervous about sharing that side of me. It just allowed me to go ahead and start from scratch and let it just grow on its own. So that's one way that I was able to get through that myself. There's several platforms that you can choose from. They really suggest you try to dabble in all of the different platforms, from Facebook to Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. But really, if there's just a few that really speak to you, pick 3 or 2 and run with those as best you can. The one thing you want to do is really work towards getting all of those platforms that you do choose to look very similar to each other. So your profile picture, your bio, and your branding is all going to match across all platforms. One tool that they shared was Photo Room app. I like to use Canva. And if I can show you guys my screen, I'll show you this Photo Room app. Can you guys see? I might have to go like this. Okay, hold on. Photo Room app allows you to, this is so cool. You can take a picture. Can you guys see that? And upload it. Okay. It takes away the background, and then you can pick a color or any of the suggested backgrounds that they have. Okay, so there's a profile picture suggestion. You can download that, and then you use that same photo across all of your platforms. So that way, anytime someone's looking for you, you look the same. Okay. So that was in Photo Room app, and they have free trials for those. So you can sign up and just get your picture and be done with it, or you can use it going forward. You also want to make sure that your bio is specific to what you're offering and who you are. So in your Instagram and I do Instagram and Facebook. And the one thing I did was I used the AI tool to help me brand myself, which is so cool. And I'm going to pull up my account here real quick. So basically, I just put that we're entrepreneurs on a mission to inspire wellness, ignite change, and live radiantly. So those are a few of the key words that we wanted to use with our branding. And this AI tool is so cool. You can put your information in and it will automatically pop out this. So whatever it is that you are, like a mom, and you want to focus on your teenage kids, or you're a crafter, or I think Jen's going to get more into the niching, so I won't go into too much of that, but you want to really find who you are and be authentic in that and what you have to offer to the people that are looking for you. Make sure that your bio is very clean and straight to the point. Limit your links to your other platforms so that they can find you on the other platforms back and forth, and your website. Some of the professionals said you should dump Linktree and Milkshake. I know a lot of us use them, but they say that it gets to be too busy with too many options available because people just start piling on. And you really don't want your potential customer or prospect having to shuffle through things. You just want them to get straight to the point and see what it is that you have to offer. And that being said, too, when you are posting and sharing things, don't just make it about what you're selling. Include other favorite items that you enjoy to use, to purchase, places you love to go, and stuff about your specific interests. Okay, so that way the person doesn't feel like you're just trying to get a sell off of them. All right, moving down my list. I have a list here. Okay. Focus on quantity versus quality. The saying goes, you're good before you're better, and you're better before you're great, right? The goal is to be posting 8 to 10 times a day if you want to grow your account, which seems insane. My suggestion is start slow and work your way up as you start to understand and know the different things that you can share with your audience. So it gets to be a little bit hard and you try to think of all the things. You're like, how could I even fathom sharing that many things in one day? But if you're going through your full day and everything that you're going through from morning till night, you probably could think of many more things. You're going to want to clean up any old posts that you may not want out there for all of the world to see. So if you've had your Facebook since you were in college or before, and there are, like he said, cuckoo, crazy pictures of you laying around after a night of partying or during the night of partying or whatever, you probably want to start cleaning up your account, because if you're going to have it open to the public, you're going to have a lot of the world to see those things. And it's probably not, you know, what you want to have seen. Let's see. Oh, one big point is not everyone watches stories and not everyone scrolls through the feed. So make sure that you're posting and utilizing both options so that you're catching people that do one or the other, or some catch obviously both of them. Okay, so that's kind of it on your profile that I have. And then the other two things that I wanted to talk about was connecting and networking in Facebook and in Instagram. So the great tip that I think is absolutely brilliant is in Facebook for your connecting and networking. Was it Fraser, I think was his name, stated that you'll want to go into Facebook and find 5 to 10 groups that have something in common with your interests. So if you're into cars or fishing or whatever, home decor, you're going to go find those groups, join them. On the first day, you're going to go into group number 1 and you're going to find a post that has several likes and comments on it that's trending pretty well. And you're going to take and you're going to copy it. Probably add some of your own customizations to it, your own photo to it, and you're going to go into group number 2 and you're going to post that post. But customizing it, obviously, if it's using her name Cheryl and your name is Carrie, you want to change all of that information. You want to change the photos to work well, but you're going to go through that. You're going to post that. And then on day number 2, you're going to go into group number 2 that you joined, find a well-performing post, copy it, paste it into group number 3, and so on. You're just going to repeat that process and work through it. And then from there, you're going to start getting comments and likes from that post. And then you can start connecting with those people. So I thought that was brilliant. That was something that I had never done before. So, and then connecting in Instagram, something similar. You're going to want to go to pick 3 to 5 profiles that you enjoy, that have content of information that is relevant to you. You're going to find high performing posts, and the people that like it, you're going to go click on it and you can see a list of everyone that liked it. From there, you're going to go through each account, and if they're an open public account, go into their account and like 3 of their more recent posts. And then you're going to go on down the line and work through those people. And that boosts your algorithm and it pushes you up for more people to see you. And it gets these other people looking at your account, and it just starts the traction where you can then start connecting and responding to their replies. If they posted something funny, you can respond and say that you thought that was funny. Or if it was something that you thought was politically correct, or however you want to respond, just start responding and connecting that way. And that's it. That's what I have for my takeaways.
Let's give her a round of applause and some big high fives and some raise the roofs and all the things. Carrie, that was so good. Even all of that right there. If we even took one or two things of what Carrie just said and implemented that, we would be on the fast track to improvement, right? So while we hear all this and while we had 4.5 hours of mind-blowing stuff, it was just a great reminder, because all day yesterday and even today I've been like, okay, I got to do this. And it's just getting into that motion of action, right? And taking and implementing it right away. Carrie, thank you. I want to make sure that we give Jen enough time. But what a gift you are. That was beautiful. I see Shauna there just like so excited. So I saw Troy too. He's in a separate, well, maybe in the same room. I see the lights in the back, but on different phones. Okay, squirrel moment. Anyway, also, before I introduce Jen, I want to say, please do not get off this call until the very end when Sean speaks tonight. He has some very important stuff that he needs to go through regarding reports for end of months and tracks and all that. Okay, guys? So let's bring Jen on. She may or may not have also used her AI that is free this week to send me a message. So let's see what Jen says. Reflecting on 20 years in the mortgage business, teaming up with LifeVantage for over 4-year adventure, for over 4 adventure-filled years, and married to my wonderful Erin for 14. It is quite the journey. Amen, sister. As a dog mom who loves globetrotting, the real joy comes from making a positive impact in someone's life every single day. Keep pushing forward, because you never know the lives you'll touch or the difference you'll make. Amen. Jen, come on here, sister. Thank you so much for that.
Awesome.
So
Thank
good.
you. Carrie, you're fantastic. So thank you for sharing and stepping outside of your comfort zone. You're a doll, and I just love you. So I would reiterate exactly everything that Carrie said. The 3 big takeaways that I found were: 1, authenticity. Show up on social media authentically as yourself, not as anybody else. It's easy to go out and be like, oh, so-and-so is doing this and so-and-so is doing this. Just do your thing. Just get started. And then 2, niche down, or find something that is yours and what you love to be able to write content on or post about, and stay in that. It's easy for me to be the squirrel and go, I'm going to try this, or I'm going to try that, but really stay committed to one thing if you can, or 2 things, at the most 3 things within what you're posting on social media on your feed. And then let your stories be the things that are going to be the fun, sharing your day in and your day out and all of those kinds of things. But if you pick 3 things and focus on all of those, then you're going to find your people, and you're going to attract the people that like what you like, and then you're going to find that tribe. So one of the things that I love from Fraser Brooks was he talked about specifically on Instagram, and you can, I think, do this on Facebook as well, but having 3 different pinned posts, so that when somebody comes to your page, they can see, first pinned post would be who you are. So what are you about? What is something that you love? Who are you at the heart? So what can they expect? And then the second one is, how do you help? So they can then look and say, okay, how does this person help me or my family or what I'm trying to achieve? And then the third one is, what can people expect? So what can they expect from you? Is that that you're responsive? Is it that you're a faith-filled person? Is it that you're a mom of 3 and it's chaos, and so you'll get back to them when you get back to them? All of that is okay, as long as they know what to expect. And then he said, make it obvious what you are looking for. So if you want to be specific in that branding of who you are, you might say, I am on a mission to help 1 million people. I am on a mission to help feed the country, or whatever the case might be, but make it obvious of what either your mission is or why you love helping people. And then that will attract as well. And then he said, instead of getting too worried about what you're posting, he said, get obsessed about the conversations. And this is exactly what Carrie was talking about, is going in and liking those people. And so what he said, when you go into Messenger, and I thought this was like the perfect way to like, have you ever felt like, what am I going to say when I go to Messenger? How am I going to talk to anybody? I've never met this person. It's weird. He said, first, you're going to reach out, you're going to start the conversation, and then you're going to address and say how you found that person. So you can tie it to the group, whether you found them on Facebook, whether they were a Facebook suggestion and you really like their profile and you're reaching out, give them a compliment, and then ask them a question about maybe something that you are tied together on, and simply start that common question back and forth, or going back and forth in a conversation, just to get to know them. All you're doing is building that relationship. So if we can become, what he said is, if we can become professional conversation starters, then we don't have to worry about the rest. It'll come as they start to talk to us and get to know us. He said, anytime you have a new person on Facebook or Instagram, to reach out to every new follower and thank them, start a conversation, and then just continue that conversation and keep going. And then I guess the most common theme that I heard was that conversation starter. I feel like everybody that talked, there's lots of things that you can do. And I remember specifically one of the people that were only talking for 3 minutes, and she literally went through ITT. Only it was like add, tag, message, but it was ITT, and she just moved that conversation and did the exact same thing. So what we're being taught on a daily basis, if we just do more of it, it'll just come natural, and I need to do more of it. So I'm just reiterating that myself. But one of the things that I think was the biggest thing was find something that you love to post about. So it could have been that you, I know there's a ton of people that love homeschooling, right? For me, I had stopped for a while, and I love writing devotionals. Like, I would love to write a devotional someday. And so I just literally go out. I was recording Bible verses, and then I would write my devotional, and that started to attract people. And then I was like, well, I'm not really getting traction. And then I stopped and I started something else. And then I started something else. But what the person that talked about, she just committed for 1 year to doing the exact same thing. She was sharing cooking. And all of a sudden she went exponentially up. And the reason why is that the algorithm noticed that she was staying consistent. She was showing up every day, and she was adding value to the people that wanted to watch her. And then she would use all of the products in her stories, or she would tell stories about her products in the stories and her day-to-day in the stories. But she was sharing about cooking, had nothing to do with her business at all. And so just choosing, finding your niche, something that you can be known for, and stick to it. No squirrels. So no squirrels. But the key was really staying consistent and shifting it to what you're passionate about, so that you attract your people. And then it's so much easier to have those conversations, because you're not worried about conversations about other things that you don't want to talk about. And you can be like, hey, great to know you. And you need to know my friend Susie, or you need to know my friend Tanya. You can then make those connections and help other people in the business as well. So those are my biggest takeaways. And I would say the biggest one is be a professional conversation starter.
So good. If you guys are watching the chat, really, really good. So Carrie had said she's excited to try out the Help Me Reply and the Now site for helping with conversations. So they've been so crazy. This site has way more things than you can even imagine. It can create a website like within 5 minutes branded to you. It can help reply to different things. It can help you create posts on any of these areas that are compliant. It has a compliance like checker for network marketers. It does so many things. It's blowing our mind. Carrie also said, and the fear goes away because you're connecting with your tribe. Yes. And that girl that was talking about the food all the time, she was asked to be on the Food Network show. So I love what Carrie and Jen are talking about. And this is what we always teach in network marketing anyway, right? Within all of our team here, always be yourself. People are attracted to you and trust you for so many reasons. Each of us have skills and things that we're passionate about, that we're excited about, that other people here don't have. And so bring that forward, bring your gifts that God has given you, right? We say activate your gifts. We are activated with LifeVantage. We are activated because of these products. We're activated because of each other, but activate the gifts that God has been giving you and bring them forward to add value to people's lives and to add that excitement and curiosity. And oh my gosh, what is Kristen going to tell me next week or tomorrow? Is she going to tell me how to have another awesome event? Like what kind of event is she going to create next week, or whatever, because she just loves to do those types of things. So don't get in your head. The same thing applies. Get out of your head and get into your heart, but show up, keep things simple. And there's just so much. Tanya Sheldon did an amazing little tutorial in regards to Facebook and Instagram. Now, you guys, we do have a social media section within onepersonbigdifference.com site for our team. If you have not been there, go to onepersonbigdifference.com, click on social media. It's very simple in there. There's not a ton of stuff in there, but some of these basic things that they've talked about, how to set up your Instagram page, how to set up your Facebook page is there, and it'll show you. I'm very visual, so it's nice to have those there. So Carrie and Tanya and Jen, thank you for all of that. So make sure you guys go check that out. And I also want to make sure that you guys know that there is a shareable group for like stories and working things. There's a lot of people that post into stories and do different things. And sometimes some of us don't know how to create some of those shareables or don't have all the pictures or are really busy at work. We can just grab there and quickly post it into stories. So we'll keep teaching on this. Instagram and Facebook can be merged together, so you only have to post once and they can go on both platforms. So just know that that is there. And Shampo, I'm going to pass it over to you. But before that, let's do the same for Miss Jen. Give her a round of applause, some raise the roofs. Yes, that was so great. We could talk for literally, oopsie, we could talk for hours. Would put a number 1 in the comments section if you guys would like. We don't need to do it on team call night, but we could do another little bit, bits and pieces of social media training and specific in places if you would like more of that and the how-tos, and then maybe just even like, an accountability to post once a day even, right? And the same thing, get into your stories every single day, even if it's just 1 or 2, just get in there. People are watching you. Okay, Shampo.
Hello.
Hello, honey.
All right. I will share my screen here. Michelle wanted me to show you guys real quick some of the reports that you can use for month end this month for the Rise Era incentive. So the Rise Era, that's all about enrolling, retaining, and advancing. So let me share my screen. You're going to find this tracker on your replicated site. So just if you're not logged in, log in, and then open up the icon with your initials or your picture. Go down here under My Business to Trackers. And then under the trackers, you'll want to find Rise Era. So you can see for us this month, we have 2 current enrollments. We would need 2 more to qualify for that track. The next box over is the current month sales volume. That's all your personally enrolled sales volume. So all of your personally enrolled consultants, whatever they're ordering, and all of your personally enrolled customers. There's no other place to find this number in the back office. So you'll look down here for what your baseline is for January. So for us, it was 13,664, and we've got 12,387 out of that. So we would need roughly another 1,800 to qualify for that track. But what I really want to show you is what you can look at for your team. Each one of these 3 areas below, enrollment downline, retain downline, and then advancement downline, you can export all of these into Excel or numbers, depending on if you're using a Mac. But what I did with this is just click the export button, and then I'm looking at each individual to see what they have instead of having to scroll through 28 pages on the web version. Same thing with retain downline, export that report. The thing that you'll want to see here is the end column over here, volume towards milestone. That's actually what somebody has left for them to get that tier. So looking here, Missy needs 302 more in the retain portion on subscriptions to get that tier. The cool thing about exporting this report into Excel is then I can filter this column. You can do it on here as well too, but if your business is more than like 10 people that are in this, you're going to have to go from screen to screen. So like it would take us 43 pages to get through that. We're an Excel spreadsheet. I can just filter by that column. And then I would start with the person closest to earning that milestone and work my way down that list, just letting them know what they need to get. So like Karen needs 15 more for her to get another tier for her business. And then the last one is going to be the advancement downline. Again, if you have several people in your organization, you might need to export that report. And then what I would just be doing is taking this name or the ID and putting it into detailed genealogy. So then I can actually pull up their information to see how close they are to that next rank. Okay. So those are just three real quick tips that I would do to close out the month. Some of you, this might be just you that you're looking at your personal information. Others, you might have a couple team members in there. And then there's going to be people on here that have hundreds and hundreds of people in their organization that are going to be showing up. But I would put a lot of emphasis on that for the next 2 days that we have for the rest of this month. A big reminder to all of you, Canada and several other countries are going on to the Evolve plan February 1st. And this will be exactly like what happened when the US went into the Evolve plan, where they shut down the entire system as soon as it turns midnight in Salt Lake. So at midnight Mountain, February 1st, all of LifeVantage will be shut down. And you can expect it to be anywhere from 24 to 48 hours for them to update the systems to get these new countries into the Evolve market. What that means to you is that any business that you're trying to do the first couple days of the month, you might not get it into the system. So you'll have to take paper applications or some way to get the information so you can plug it in as soon as the systems are back up. I promise you, if you're on any of the methods that we communicate with people, you will know immediately when the systems are back up so that you can get back to business as normal. But don't wait for meetings. Don't wait to talk to people when the systems are down. That's okay. Even those conversation starters are doing stuff with social media. Put the hours or the time, the minutes, hours, whatever it is that you put in on a daily basis, put that into use somehow, even if the systems aren't up yet, but they will work as fast as possible to get those back up. And as soon as commissions run, then they will put into place all of the changes that need to happen for phase 2 markets. Super excited for Canada to get on the Evolve plan. That will make these calls a lot easier for us and all of the Canadian team members that we have. So we're super excited for you guys to see those changes that we had happen in 2023. Michelle.
Amen. We are so excited for Canada. So in the chat, you guys put some love for Canada in the chat. They have been waiting for this moment for months and months and months and months and months. It makes me tear. I'm so happy for you guys. You have no idea. Collagen, all of that is going to be, launching over in Europe, you guys. I know many of you for the UK and Spain on the 5th, it's going to be launching there. There's big things happening. So instead of having the mindset of, oh, shucks, for the first and the second, we're going to we're going to have the abundant mindset that Canada is launching, Europe is launching. Get out on social and tell them that this Evolve system is launching in Canada, in Europe, and it is big. You guys know here in the US how it was for us and how the impacts were made for the people here. So get loud about it. Brandon Cunningham, Presidential Consultants, is having a huge meeting either on the 1st or the 2nd. Huge. Is he stopping that meeting because of this? Heck to the no. He's going to have tons of paper applications, exactly like what Sean said. So be excited about it. bring the energy about it. So we are so excited. I got a message while we were on here asking about the Now site with that amazing AI stuff. The question was, is there a promo code or anything? No, what I put in on the chat here, Sean, if you're able to put it in again, or somebody, Michelle, or I'll send it again through Telegram tonight. Once you go in and you get to like the next screen, it will show 0.00. It looks like you'll have to pay like, I don't remember because I did it to like $27 or something. But if you go to the next screen, it'll show 0. And then that free week will start tonight if you do it tonight. So anything else? Yes, honey.
Let me just add on to that, you guys. I'm terrible at social media. If you guys know anything about Michelle and me, she's the one that runs all of our social media. But I do like to try to figure out how it works and navigate through it. And I can tell you, I've been using that free 7 days. I started it yesterday and just trying to really figure out what AI is about and how it can help us build in our network marketing business. Because I think if we don't start to learn it and understand it, in a couple of years from now, we're going to be like, oh man, I wish I would have spent a little bit of time trying to learn what this is. And for example, what I've been mainly using it for is I might take like a picture and just say, I have a picture of me, Michelle, and my 2 young daughters in Bora Bora swimming with the sharks. Put some kind of humorous caption to the picture, and it'll spit out the captions. It'll spit out hashtags, and then you can alter it or ask it to regenerate a different thing, or you can go completely generic and just say like, put together a post and a picture of an inspirational quote. And it's going to do everything for you in about 10 seconds. And then you can post those in Instagram or Facebook, any of that. So I'm telling you, this is an opportunity that doesn't come around very often. It's like when Facebook really started exploding. It's like when Instagram first started taking off. AI technology is not going away. So if you can learn how to leverage it and utilize it to your best abilities, you're going to have an advantage over a ton of other people in the same space.
Yeah, Carrie just said she had to create a post for NAD plus, and then Jen said AI is here to stay. Yes, the more that you use it, the more it gets to know your voice, which is so true. And there's, like I said, we haven't even discussed like a millionth of what it can do. It's really, really wild. And the man that is behind it all has promised us he will do a training for us as well. But once you are into that Now site, they do weekly trainings on it that are free. So you don't have to wait for him to come to one person and do the training, which is going to be great because we can ask specific questions, but they actually have those live trainings every week for everybody. So that is amazing. That is so cool. So up to you guys, right? But if I were you, I would do it and I would start playing with it, and use it in positive, great, beautiful ways and let it know who you are. Again, that's up to you. And then that social media deal, $9.95, I think is what it is, you guys, and for life. And I'm just telling you, I'm learning. I am no expert at it. When I look at the world and the things that they do and how things can be implemented, and then I look back and I think, this past year, as far as consultants and customers for our organization, us specifically, personal, where did they come from? And I'm telling you, yes, regular relationships, yes, normal conversations, because we are just here to build relationships, but a lot did come from especially stories. People I had no idea that I haven't talked to in years. Literally, my newest customer since 2017. She said, I've been following you since this event in Hawaii. I haven't talked to her since. And she wanted stuff. So we just stay consistent, like we say with this, 2 a day, every day. Get a post out there. Just be you. Don't do anything that is not you, please. And if you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I just wrote a post on Facebook, write that. If you're thinking that in your head, people will laugh at you, like not at you, but with you. They'll be like, yeah, that's so fun. Like, just be what Carrie and Jen were saying, just be authentically you. Stories, you can be even more like more about Life Vantage, more about your daily life. But anything else for those of you that we had calls with today or that were on the social media deal. I know we're a little bit over tonight. Sorry about that, guys, but anything else anybody else wants to throw in before we hop off? All right. We got Terry, Tanya, Amy, Mary, looking good. Mia. Beautiful. All right. Well, let us know. I'll put it in one person Telegram again. You guys, one person Big Difference Telegram. If you're not checking the details out every day, make sure you are. The leaders and us discussed that we tapered down the messages hardcore. So you only are getting small amounts of messages. So it should never be overwhelming in one person Big Difference Telegram, ever. So make sure it's there. The information that you need is there. And then always check your hub and your emails from LifeVantage. Oh, you guys are so cute. Wow. Yes, yes, you are. Well, thank you again for all of you for showing up. We hope you had value added to your life today. Again, thank you, Carrie and Jen. You were such a gift and a blessing to us tonight. And we love you all. This is so fun.
It reminds me of when we left Callista sleeping at the theater and filmed her.
Cute.
All right, you guys have an amazing, amazing week. Let us know how we can help close out the month strong. And we look forward to more countries being on Evolve. Talk to you later.
Yes. And Belinda, hey, I will send it into Telegram. The replay, you go purchase it for $9.95. It's in the link here, but I'll also put it in Telegram. So make sure there or get with your team and we'll make sure that you get that. But okay, love you all. Buenas noches. Mwah.